Hi everyone! Welcome to C-Weave's tutorial. In this video, we are going to show a complete workflow from importing a DXF file, a CAD file that contains 2D pattern pieces, to producing a garment. And in this case, a basic t-shirt style. Here is what you can create after watching this video. Let's get started! This is the C-Weave workspace. First of all, you need to import a DXF file. Start by clicking File on the menu bar, then Import. Double-click the DXF file of the pattern you want to simulate. With File opened, pattern pieces for the t-shirt display in the 2D window. To expand the 2D window and maximize the working area, click the splitter in the middle. Pattern files may contain markings which are not relevant to the 3D simulation process. Let's clear the unnecessary curves. To make it easier to select the markings, you can switch to the curve selection mode, the third option at the bottom right corner of the window. Select the unnecessary marking, right-click, and choose Delete. After that, we can start completing the pattern pieces. As you can see, we have half of the front and half of the back. Select the appropriate edge, right-click, and choose Unfold. A symmetrical copy is created to complete the piece. Repeat the steps for both the front and back pieces. Let's go to the sleeves. In this example, there is only one piece for the sleeve. Select the sleeve piece, right-click, and choose Mirror. A mirror copy is created. Click to place the piece to a suitable location. Now, let's move on to locating the pattern pieces on the avatar. Click the splitter in the middle to bring back the 3D window. Choose a suitable avatar from the default options in the avatar panel on the right-hand side. This time, since we're working on a women's t-shirt, let's use a female avatar. First, select the front pattern piece and two sleeve pieces. Drag them to the suitable locations on the avatar silhouette in the 2D window. Right-click, choose Locate in 3D, then Front. Repeat the steps for the back pattern piece. Drag them to the suitable locations on the avatar silhouette in the 2D window. And this time, choose Back and then Locate in 3D. The front pattern piece and the two sleeve pieces display in front of the avatar in the 3D window. And the back body piece displays at the back of the avatar. As you can see, the sleeve pieces are not close to the avatar's arms. Again, to maximize the working area, you can click the splitter in the middle to expand the 3D window. Go to the menu bar. Click Edit, then Quick Move. You may also activate this function by Shift-Q. Next, arrange the pattern according to the instructions on the top left corner. Define any 2 points on the pattern piece and define the corresponding 2 points on the avatar where you wish to locate the pattern piece on. Go to the Properties panel on the right. Bend the pattern piece to fit the avatar by adjusting the Deform parameters. You may also hold the Shift key and roll your mouse wheel up and down to adjust the X-axis value, and hold the Control key and roll your mouse wheel up and down to adjust the Y-axis value. Now that the pattern pieces are well arranged around the avatar, let's start sewing. Click the Sewing button, the fourth option on the left menu in the 2D window. To stitch two edges, simply click on them. Click one side of the shoulder top on the body front piece and the corresponding side of the shoulder top on the body back piece. Do the same for another side. Now, let's move on to the sleeve side edge. Again, click one side of the sleeve piece and the corresponding side of the same sleeve piece. Repeat the steps for another side. Now for each seam, two dotted lines display in the 2D window to indicate that the edges are stitched. In the 3D window, you can also see the sewing lines display between the pattern pieces. For the seam that is consisted of multiple curves, like the sleeve seams, you can switch to the multi-sewing function. Click the small triangle next to the sewing button to expand more options. Start with the edge on the sleeve piece. Click to define your starting point, drag along the curve, and click again to finish the seam. Then go to the corresponding edge on the front body piece. Again, click to define your starting point, drag along the curve, and click again to finish the seam. Do the same for the edge on the back body piece as well. In the case of a sleeve, you need to stitch one edge on the sleeve pattern piece with an edge of 2 body pieces. Repeat the steps for another sleeve. This time, let's start with the armhole seams. Start with the edge on the front body piece, click to define your starting point, drag along the curve, and click again to finish the seam. Do the same for the edge on the back body piece. Then go to the corresponding edge on the sleeve piece. Again, click to define your starting point, drag along the curve, and click again to finish the seam. Both processes will bring you the same result. Now you're all set and the 3D simulation is ready. Have a look by clicking the play button in the 3D window, or simply hitting the spacebar. When the simulation is finished, you can modify how it looks in 3D by holding the control key and pick anywhere of the garment by clicking your mouse. Go to the rendering panel on the right. Select an environment that you like and adjust the configuration. Now that the garment shape is ready, what about the fabric? Do a marquee selection or press Ctrl A to select all pattern pieces. Go to the fabric panel on the right hand side and you can find the fabric options. There is a collection of basic fabrics that we have prepared for you in the default folder. If you have your own scanned fabric files, you can simply drag and drop the file to the panel and create your custom fabric options. Click to select the desired fabric on the panel, and the fabric displays real-time on both the 2D pattern and the 3D garments. Certain kinds of fabric designs require extra attention on the seam, whether the patterns match one another. Tartan is an example. Let's match the pattern. Select the pattern piece you want to adjust the fabric. Right-click and choose Fabric Placer. You can also activate this function by pressing Ctrl F. To move the pattern, hold the center of the fabric placer and drag accordingly. You can adjust the size and the direction with this function. Fabric Placer works in both 2D and 3D windows. However, we recommend you to do it in the 3D window because it's easier to see the effects. With the HQ Render button at the bottom left corner of the 3D window, you can export this well-done rendering image and present your ideas in 3D with your team or clients. So this is the complete workflow from importing a DXF file of your 2D pattern to producing a 3D garment. Smart and simple, isn't it? For more information, visit c-weave.com and leave us a message.